the journey I'm on, that path, me even wanting to delve like deeper into like what it all means and like really coming into myself, that discipline. So I would say
we don't got no discipline.
I actually, the thing is that it's funny because we really do. Yo, me and Casey got to work on it. We have to work on it.
How do you get disciplined?
Yeah,
when you have discipline?
we be trying to order it Rush on Prime and stuff, but like.
That's it, that's all. That's it, that's all. How you feel? That's it, that's all. That's it, that's all. Black excellence at its finest. How that skin glows, she's a true diamond. With the world at her back, she's still smiling. Never let that crown till she stays thriving. That's it, that's all. That's it, that's all. Keep it real. That's it, that's all. That's it, that's all. Is that really it though?
All right, what up? Welcome to Daz It Daz All. My name is Casey Carnage, and I'll be your host. Today, I brought some girls on the couch. We like to get together, indulge and share experiences, and just have a good old kiki. So today, we have on the couch Yoga Flow Mo, a.k.a. Yogini, a.k.a. Hollywood Mo. And usual suspect. We got AKA Elanisha. I don't even gotta give you her aliases. Y'all seen her before. She's a regular on the show. Well, today I want to talk about she's Zaddy. She's definitely Zaddy.
Okay, I'm here for it.
Okay. Today I want to talk about knowing your worth and having standards about how people treat you, how you want to, be in the world, and how we get up to having those standards, because it comes along through experiences and things that happen in your life. And I know as a Black woman, we got to have our standards, and sometimes those standards are being deemed as too much or not enough or whatever the case may be. So we're talking about more so like, how do you keep your standards, how do you keep your worth, and how you put it out in the world. So my first question, anybody can ask, what does knowing your self-worth mean to you?
For me, like within my imperfection, I'm still that girl, right? So I am so about like what aligns with me, and if it's like not aligned with me, then I'm not going with it or so. So I guess that's where I'm at. My self-worth is like knowing what's aligned, and I just love that for me right now. So that's where I'm at in my imperfection.
She's that girl. Yeah. Beyonce said it best. How about you, Ellen?
That song, what that song goes? Know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Know when to walk away.
What
know when to run.
I don't
it's
know
a country
that
song.
I'm
I'm sorry, y'all. Somebody know that song out there. Okay, somebody don't know.
We told you she's
sorry, no. But no, really, I think that's what it is. Like, you have to listen to your intuition and always be on 10 of like, if something's not vibing with you, take that observation and be like, okay, next time, move accordingly. And that's kind of where I am now.
I guess for me, I would say being honest with myself and the people around me. Because, like, y'all know me well enough, I can get real out of pocket. But most of the stuff I be saying be real. Like, it just be the delivery. The delivery might not be right. But, what I say be real. And I think that, like, having, self-worth in yourself and also seeing self-worth in the people around you is keeping people honest. Like, a lot of times, especially when you're with your friends, you like, I be telling people, like, you talking to the wrong friend. You got to tell that story to somebody else, because I done seen it. I've been through it with you. And sometimes people make up their own, realities to help them cope through whatever they want to cope with. And that's cool. But if you're going to come to me and you're going to talk to me about a situation, like, you got to stay honest, because I'm going to try to be as honest with you as I am with myself. So for me, that's what self-worth would be about, keeping honesty. Same thing with you, staying in alignment. Same with you, being where you need to be and keeping on that track. So, people out there, I know they're having, some people have a hard time finding their worth. You know what I mean? They do. And it's like...
And no shade to that.
Because that's a part of your journey as well.
But I think the worth part is a lot of times associated with like the money you make or the job you have. And I think that people need to understand that they are worthy just because they are breathing, woke up this morning, like, you're worthy. of doing whatever you doing, you worthy of it.
And it's also too, like, I mean, that's why I say self, you know what I mean? Because unfortunately, we are worth something, right? And it does involve the house we live in. It does involve the money we make. Can we get things? Are we on the street? Like, it is, that is your worth. But when it comes down to self-worth, that I think is what's going to help you propel, like, how you feel about yourself. And when you feel good about yourself, and even when you're not feeling good about yourself, that always happens as well. But I feel like that is when you can kind of find the true essence of you. So, I mean, that's what I would say. So my next question would be, how do you go about teaching people how to treat you?
I used to struggle with just letting people kind of treat me any kind of way, and then me trying to fit in, get in where I fit in. Yeah. But I think at this point in my life, like, if I don't like how you treat me, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna give you a chance to show me. But then after that, I'm removing myself. Because at this point, I'm doing myself a disservice by just continuing to let you treat me, any kind of way. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been a journey for me. So it has evolved, and this space where I'm at right now, like, I don't know where I'm going to be, further along, but I think I have a pretty clear understanding how I want to be treated. So I'm actually pretty quick to remove myself from a situation. Like, for real. So I mean, I don't know. I guess I give chances, but not really. Like, I feel like I don't like, especially it depends on like who I'm dealing with. So if it's an adult, I'm giving that respect, So I do expect that as well. But also I can't expect me from everybody. So I can also know when I just need to just remove myself from a situation because it's just not aligned with me. So,
well, let me ask you this. Yeah. Like, on the flip side of what you guys are saying, removing yourself when people, and that's how you're teaching people to treat you. You're saying that if you don't treat me the way I deserve, I'm just going to remove myself, right? So on the flip side of that is like, how can you decipher when people are treating you a certain way based on your actions as to why you're getting the reaction that you're getting?
Well, I'm the problem sometimes. I am the whole problem. I'm 100% the problem, but I'm okay with that. And if that's how I'm moving, toxic. And this is the constant, it's okay. That my bad. I know what is like. I don't know. That might have been toxic, but
with that, I'm also not responsible for how people choose to act. Like, if I'm in a mood and I'm feeling some type of way and I'm in my feelings, you don't need to go and jump in that mood with me and add fuel to the fire.
Well, I mean, energy is energy. If you acting raunchy, I'm going to be raunchy
But
with
it's like
you.
if you see a kid having a tantrum, you don't go and lay on the floor with the kid.
No, but parents yell at that kid. They sure enough be getting turned up on that kid. Yes, they do.
But not all.
I think not all. Not all. I wouldn't say all, but there is a level of energy exchange that happens when somebody brings that energy in the room. So I was just asking as a double-edged sword, like, how would you remove that if that reaction is based off of something you did?
The thing is that I can also take ownership. So, like, I am 100%, like, it might take me a little while. I have to process, but I'm also learning to be less reactive to things and really try. Yeah, so sure. I do think that, like, I'm like pretty thoughtful in like how I walk around the world and like my intention. So I also feel like me being more intentional, I'm more able to see who, like, or actually ask people, like, what are your intentions? You know what I mean? And when I know somebody, when I feel like I know someone's heart, I could be wrong, but I've been pretty spot on, especially like recently. And I can kind of know if like this is a situation that maybe I need to add a little bit more love to it, or okay, let me just remove. Yeah. So it's just about discernment, and I feel like that's something I prayed about.
I can definitely agree with that.
See, I feel like I'm the opposite. Like I'm not reactive at all until I'm like, get the fuck out my face. Like, don't talk to me no more. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so chill, and then when something happens and I do act out of what everybody consider as normal Ellen, then I get like, oh my God, what's wrong with her? Why she tripping? Like, y'all don't realize, like, I've been out here tolerating you. You know what I'm saying?
See, I don't know. I guess I'm a little bit of both, because here's the thing with me. Like, I don't even let you get there with me. That's the thing. Like, as soon as I feel like something's strange, I'm gonna call it out. I probably will call it out in front of a lot of people. Like, if it happens, I usually am a person that will say something as soon as it happens. Now, depending on how big the situation and how I guess majorly affected I am about it, I can either sit on it and come back, or I'm gonna blow up and then still sit on it and come back. But I always feel like at the end of the day, regardless of what I think the conversation may end or the situation may end, I always want to have the conversation, because I feel like with, you know, misunderstandings comes understanding. So me teaching you how to treat me is me saying, yes, you got cursed out for that second, but tell me why you did that. You know what I mean? That's like, because like I don't know why.
But what if you feel
that.
like they know? Like
Well,
there's some people know better.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, for sure. I agree with you on some people know better. And I mean, but again, going back to what you said about discernment, that's depending on the person you know. You know what I mean? Like, because it's different between you and I, who have been friends for over 20 years, than somebody I met yesterday and we was cool for a week. They getting their asses cussed out.
Yeah.
You might get cussed out, but at least I'm gonna come back and be like, well, what's up? Like,
next to you and be like,
you know, he's like, well, what's up? You know what I mean? So it's definitely discernment and figuring out how people really are moving, because some people are reactive and they are moving out of emotion, and that's not who they are. That's not how they would normally treat you. And that's what I feel like you got to identify. Like, is this person acting like themselves to the person that I used to know, or is something really going on that is causing them to be, you know, whatever. I just learned something today. Speaking of acting out, I was watching, Mo got me watching Vanderpump Rules.
Yes.
And I've been hooked. And they was talking about, one of the moms came and was talking about the reptilian mind. She's talking about her reptilian mind, where basically when you're having conflict, that's the mind that starts acting out,
You mean like
starts
the
cursing.
instinctual side?
Yeah. I was like, man, I need to stop being a reptile, because my reptilian mind be going off sometimes. But, you know, again, some people, you know, react from emotion. So it's good to like have discernment. All right. So my next question is, what have your struggles been finding your self-worth, and has it ever backfired on you?
Oh yeah.
I don't even know. Like, explain that. Can you?
I got an example.
You got one?
So when I was younger, I grew up relatively like Southern Baptist, you know, Christian energy, but dang,
I'm still in this 19 Crimes by Snoop Dogg. It's actually really good. Shout out Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Do you want some before your ice runs out?
Yeah. Ooh, I'm dripping.
Yeah, it's okay. You can drip.
Little drip.
Ain't nobody drop.
So I grew up in a pretty, you know, Southern Christian, you know, Baptist household. And although it was definitely, you know, abstinence only type energy, you know, celibacy, all of that. Well, not really celibacy, but, you know, abstinence, period. Just don't do it at all.
Yeah.
Not no celibacy type energy. Just don't do it at all. I found myself doing things with, you know, people not at a very young age, but I was exploring, because I was so like interested in understanding what I liked and what I wanted and how I felt in my body. And I think that it backfired on me, because there are certain things that I wish I would have been able to like not feel like I needed to give up yet. You know what I mean? Like, and not even just virginity, but just like kissing a guy and like, you know, letting him like touch on your leg and just doing like little things that it was just there because it was there. Like, it wasn't no, I like him. It was like, okay, I want to see what this feels like. You know what I mean? And I think that was the part that backfired on me, because as I got older, I was like, I want more than just like the physical stimulation. And then I had to kind of find that.
It's so funny you say that, because I would equate me trying to find my self-worth and backfiring due to sex as well. So it's funny that you say that, because more so not necessarily an actual specific example, but just like sex in general. I feel like for a long time, I think I was just doing it because I was like, okay, well, you know, I'm that girl. You know what I'm saying? I can get what I want, but really, like, it don't be what I want. When I was looking at I was like, I look at my list of like, you know, everybody got their list in the back. You got your list in the back of your mind of what you did in the dark. You know what I'm saying? It's like
not in the dark.
You did it in the dark. You did it in the dark. So you have a list in your mind of what you have done throughout your life, and a lot of it is, you know, like you're losing your virginity. Why? Because your friends are all losing your virginity. That's a part of trying to fit in, is a part trying to find your self-worth. Or I remember this one time I was with one of my friends, and I was like I didn't really grow breasts until like maybe later on. I got a little weight. So I remember these guys was coming over, we stuffed our bras, and for whatever reason I stuffed my bra all the way out here. That didn't look like I had like a G. I was like, Casey, what is all these socks doing it here. I don't know, but it was because I felt like, you know, if I looked better, if I had, you know, this thing, I would feel better. And the whole time I was like, them some raggedy muffins. You know what I mean? You look back, he was like these dusty boys or these dusty girls, whoever he was playing with under the staircase in school. You know what I mean? Those people. But how about you, Mo?
I don't even know if I can answer this question. I'm like really struggling with it for some reason. I like grew up being a real like, I don't want to say nerdy. Is that okay? Is that piece? Like I was a very,
that's your truth.
Yeah, that was me. So I actually really wasn't trying, like I really wasn't checking for these guys or whatever like that.
But what was it? I mean,
so I'm just saying.
What was your example?
No, but that's what I'm just saying is like, I actually like, I don't remember when I actually realized like, oh shit, I'm bad as fuck. So it was like total opposite for me. And it was like, I actually like, you know, I'm a good person. And I'm not trying to be like self-righteous in no way because I just think maybe I'm struggling with this question. I don't know.
Okay.
You know,
well, we can move right along. All right. What are some things that you have done to achieve self-worth, either personally or professionally?
My like meditation practice and my yoga practice, like me being that spiritual person has really grounded me in a way where I'm able to be more aware of like what I'm feeling and my surroundings. And more sure of myself in that respect. So I like attribute a lot of my self-worth to that. I also think, you know, I look good. So I look good.
I look good.
You know what I mean? So it's like but I do feel like my inner, like, you know, that work that I have done has definitely helped in a big way.
Is that just personally or is that professionally as well?
Yeah, like I guess it's like obviously because that's like kind of the journey I'm on, that path. Me even wanting to delve like deeper into like what it all means and like really coming into myself, that discipline. So I would say
we don't got no discipline.
I actually, you know, the thing is that it's funny because we really do. Yo, me and Casey got to work on it. We have to work on it.
How do you get disciplined?
Yeah,
you have discipline?
we be trying to order it Rush on Prime and stuff, but like, you know, it's, you know, but there are some things I do have like that. My practice, like my personal practice, I actually like. Really try to stick to because y'all would be really mad if I didn't. So
that's what we agree because I think that's how we bonded when we first met each other with yoga and just being able to like do yoga together, but not have to be like looking at each other like, oh girl, look what I can do. Like we just gonna sit here and flow. And if I see you fall, I'm like, all right, like we out here together. And we gonna laugh it off. But I feel the same way. Like I struggled when, like, y'all ain't seen me in a while, but I had a broke wrist and I was depressed as fuck. Like AF for real. Like for real. Because I couldn't do yoga and I was so sad. Like I had to chop my hair off because I couldn't do my hair. Couldn't put my hair in a ponytail. Like what you thought I was about to do? You thought I was about to walk around and look like a ragamuffin?
Really?
Like, yes, because it was just so... It was so like yoga and being able to go to, you know, Walk Good, you know, on Sundays and being able to just be in a group of Black folks doing yoga, it gives me life, and not being able to fully participate is like, it felt like I was dying, like death by 1,000 pricks. Like every day I looked at my calves, I was like, why did you have to break? And but now that it's off, I feel a lot better because I'm, you know, able to go to the gym. So I think for me, professionally and personally, when it comes to self-worth, like it's very much tied into how I feel in my body. And that doesn't mean if I'm skinny or large or anything like that. It's just more so if I feel good in my body, if I don't have any aches and pains, if I feel like I can do a handstand or do something wild and not hurt myself, like I feel good and I feel like I'm doing right. And I'm like, I'm worthy of being alive if I can feel good in my body like that.
I mean, look, you got to stay healthy. Your health is first for sure. I guess for me, I always say that I'm like this time traveler a little bit because I really have these phases in my life where I'm not quite sure what that worth means to me right then and there because it's meant something different in each scenario, or whether it was professionally or personally. Like I had to realize that like it came to like I remember so off a professional note, you know, like my mom didn't go to college. She pushed me to go to college. I graduated college and it was just like, yeah. So I was thinking in my mind at that time, time I was like, I'm going to be a professional. I want to be on Wall Street. I want to be in a skyscraper. And then I actually went to work and I was like,
boring.
This is boring. I was like, I don't want to sit at a desk. And no, and don't get me wrong. Like, I'm here for the professionals. You do what you got to do. Make that bread. We here with it. We need, everybody needs everything. But personally, it was just kind of like, I was a person who knew I needed to be able to move at a fast pace and be able to be anywhere I needed to be to get what I needed to get done. And that wasn't happening for me being in there. Right. Yeah. It wasn't happening for me the way I had envisioned it and how I dream it because I was there. So finding my self-worth was really being honest and saying, hey, Kay, you can take this check and that somebody's giving to you and be limited to whatever that is. And I'm not saying that a 9 to 5 is limited. People are more, that people are content and are happy with their lives. I'm just saying personally, you can be limited
you can't
and have, right. I couldn't do the things if, I couldn't do that. Or I can say you might struggle, like really struggle, but at least you can move the way you need to move. And yes, it was a struggle, but in finding that for me, I found a lot of self-worth because I was just kind of like, there was just certain things that I was accomplishing that I was just kind of like, I know like if I was there, I wouldn't have been able to be able to be in China for 6 months. I wouldn't be able to write up my shows or produce my shows. I wouldn't have the capacity to do it. So for me, that's where I found my self-worth professionally. Now, how I've achieved my self-worth now is just that like, if I think about, I always have to remind myself, and this is something Mo always tells me, he's like, hey, you literally get everything you want. And it is the truth. If I had to look back, anything that I said I wanted or anything that I said I'm going to do, I have done it and excelled at it. And it is like God has provided for me.
Like, can we cheers to that?
Cheers.
We're going to cheers.
Cheers to God. I can't reach y'all.
Cheers.
Thanks, Snoop Dogg, for your 19 Crimes sparkling wine. It's actually very delicious. Black-owned company. That's all we drinking around here.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all know I like to play a game on all of my shows, and it's called I Choose Me. You know me from like Star. I bring me what call about my... Anyway.
heard that. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in finding self-worth, this is going to be a versus this or that, okay? So in finding your self-worth, talking to your parents versus talking to your friends.
Talking to my parents.
It depends on the question.
Well, I choose to talk to my parents because sometimes I know my parents, they know me longest. Yeah.
No, my parents going to say something very Jamaican, and so I got to know what situation I'm going to ask that advice for, which I appreciate. I know, Shay, bop.
I either talk to myself or talk to my friends. Like I was like I'm close enough to my parents, but it's also to like I just have lived a way different life than my parents. So it's kind of like I'd be like, what do you think? And I'm like, I don't know, but I'm gonna say both. I don't know.
Yeah, it depends on the situation.
Yeah. Okay, shopping versus a spa day.
Oh, for self-worth? Ooh.
Y'all, I care. I have
answered the question.
Okay, so shopping. Yeah, I like spa days, but like shopping lasts a little bit longer. Like you can look at.
I'm going with a spa day and be like every day. I can shop.
Why we can't have both?
Because that's not the game. And
also too,
I could shop. I said I don't know.
For the last one.
I said I don't know, but also too, I could shop while I'm at the spa. It's called
also both.
Okay, both. Okay. Staying at a job that you're comfortable at or jumping jobs.
Oh, I jump jobs like a mofo.
And I am a comfortable today. I celebrated 9 years at my corporate job today. I like a secure check.
I have been working for myself, so I don't know if that's jumping jobs or just not in the workforce in that way. I don't know. Who knows? But all right, cool. Makeup or no makeup?
No makeup.
I like a light beat, but
I like a light beat.
But it's just to give a little to the glow. But I drink water, so I don't need it.
I don't need it either. But you know what my favorite?
I'm that girl.
You know what my favorite is when
girl.
I find a good one of a good bronzer. That shit.
You know what?
Good bronzer?
Girl, a blush. I've been a blush girl.
See, I can't put reds on my face, and the one that I bought, it was I don't know where. I gotta get another one.
Orange.
That's what I used. That's the one I got, but I literally wore it one day. Okay, that's beside the point. We're not
even
on
off
the game.
track.
Sorry,
okay,
my bad.
Going on a date versus staying in.
For self-worth? For self-worth?
Yeah.
I like to stay in.
Me too. I like to stay in because if I'm planning to go on a date with somebody or staying with them, I think I can get to know them better if I stay in with
Oh, this is with somebody?
because you're going on a date.
Let's go a date.
Okay.
Okay. The date
Or
could be
self-date?
it could be self-date, it could be
Oh,
a
I'm
date.
saying
Yeah,
whatever
like,
by myself.
yeah, I
Oh,
like to
yeah.
stay
Oh,
in
yeah.
by myself.
Me too.
Yeah, if you no, I'm not staying in with
I don't know.
no.
I like to treat myself. That's probably why I spend too much. I like literally. I will go out. I'll go to the movies. I will go down, have a dinner. I'll have me a glass of wine. I'll be sitting like there, like I don't know. Because I mean, if I'm in the house, I feel like when I'm in the house, I guess it's a comfort zone. I get it either way, but I like to take myself out on dates.
The
That's
best part about
that's
being
cute.
at home by myself is being able to be naked.
Yeah.
word. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, exercising or eating?
Exercising.
Eating. It's like
Eating.
how about or like both? No. We're doing both on that one too.
Okay. Everything comes in balance.
Yeah.
Heels or sneakers?
Sneakers.
Oh, I'm wearing sneakers right now, but I've been a heels girl.
I should have put on this list flats.
Yeah, but it has to be a cute flat.
Because I don't like sneakers like that. They make my feet hot. I don't like nothing that make my feet hot. So I wear a lot of slides. I'll wear like shoes. And sneakers make my feet hot. I can't.
Okay, that tracks. I don't
Yeah.
see you in many sneakers.
I
so
don't
I'm
because I
thinking
don't really
about
wear
you like,
sneakers.
man,
I have one pair of sneakers. I have 2 pairs of sneakers and then workout sneakers. That's it.
Yeah.
Speaking your mind versus letting things go.
both.
Both on that because
Both,
it's
yeah.
situational.
Because if I let everything go, I'm gonna be a ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
And the
we
last
don't
one?
want that girl. We don't want that daddy.
I know y'all don't want
You want
that.
that,
Y'all
daddy?
don't want that.
And the last one, big dick versus little dick.
You know the answer. You know the answer.
We all gonna say big dick. So let's go in depth about the dick. Let's not just talk about dick, little dick,
Girth
or big dick.
versus girth.
Girth, length.
Girth
Motion.
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 All right, let's get back in track. So that's the game, guys. If you guys are at home, and I would like to hear some of your answers too. All right, moving right along. How does your self-worth show up in your friendships and your relationships?
So in my relationships overall, I feel like self-worth shows up as I'm gonna show you who I am from day one. Like the things that I say, the jokes that I make, the energy that I bring, that's who I am. Now, am I multifaceted? Do I have, extremes? Yes, as we all do. But that's primarily who I am. That's who you're gonna get. In like friendships, all my friends is bad. So y'all bad.
True.
So y'all cute. So we cute. And that boosts us
Like
up.
how?
Bad like BHADDDDDD.
Okay.
Definitely helps for sure. It definitely helps.
So it helps because when we move in spaces together, like when we went out for Pride, like we didn't pay to get in. I walked up and I was like, let's get her a drink and let's just keep it moving.
I might
right?
pay.
But I'm saying like,
I'm gonna try my best not to.
if we weren't who we were, it would be more difficult. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then I think the other aspect to that is when we all come together, like it feels like everybody loves themselves. Like nobody is out here saying like, woe is me, I'm fat, I'm ugly type energy, right? It's like if you are chunky, you fine. Like you big.
bad.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like go ahead and shake it. Go, you know what I'm saying? Like let's do that. And if you skinny and that's your vibe, we gonna roll with it. And that energy helps everybody feel worthy. It helps everybody feel like they are a part of something bigger, but they're still themselves and they're still worthy in their own.
Sometimes I actually give people a little bit of time to get to know me. I'm not a very in-your-face type of girl. I definitely have a
discernment.
Yeah. My wall is up. I'm not going to say that there's
thing.
different
That's a good
sides
thing,
to me,
though.
but
Yeah.
not everybody has complete access to,
As they shouldn't.
all that this is. And I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
It is, oh my God, though, right?
I'm happy you up.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, facts.
No, I feel it. I mean, I guess for me, again, I gotta go back.
I love you.
Zaddy got you.
Oh, here they go. They flirting on the couch. Y'all. They flirting on the couch. Anyway, I guess for me, it's I gotta go back to what we talked about before, just staying honest. Like I feel like even in relationships, like probably the reason why I've been single so long, maybe I'm just too honest. Like I just don't. Okay, so I have had a thing where if things go awry. and things bother me, one or two things gonna happen. Either I'm about to pop off or I'm going to retreat. Not retreat from the situation, because I don't run from nobody. Just internally, like, I don't want to be here. You're going to see it on my face. Don't nobody talk to me. I'm turned this way. Y'all stay over there. You know what I mean? It's one or two things are going to happen. So within me finding my self-worth is if I keep myself honest and the people around me honest, and I really say what's on my mind and not try to sugarcoat things like that, I keep that. And also, too, I'm just not afraid to have the hard conversations, which I think actually helps with growing,
and
growing,
feeling closer to somebody.
Right. Yeah. And then it's like in my relationships, it's like I'm just not taking certain shit. Like I'm just not doing it. Like I'm a woman that can take care of her own. If you don't like what I just said or how I'm feeling it, I'm gonna try to compromise, but I'm not about to. I'm not 20 anymore. I'm not 18 no more. You're not about to.
I'll let you take my trash out and wash my car.
I'm gonna let you take my trash out and wash my car. Like,
in the words of Big Lotto, you can hit the road, Jack, if you don't like my attitude.
Well, thank you for Big Lotto. So we're gonna wrap this up, guys. I like to leave a message at the end of all these shows, and I just want to swing it over to you guys. What would you say to your younger selves, or the younger women behind you, when achieving their self-worth? What advice would you give them?
So I would say to all the people, regardless of what parts you have, be weird as fuck. I promise you, somebody will love you for that. You will find friends that are weird as fuck just like you. You will find people who will look at you and smile and quote movies back to you in the accent that you use. Like, just be weird, and it's okay. Like, normal is not, it doesn't exist. So, you're worthy regardless of how you show up in the world. As long as you're not hurting nobody or yourself, you good.
Yeah, just feeding off, like, it's really is okay. Like, be on your journey. Just keep going, you know? What I would tell my younger self is it's going to be okay. You know what I mean? So take your time. You know, it doesn't have to be a race. It's a marathon, and just try to live each day to the fullest. Do your best.
And young Casey, you will be a scholar.
Get out
you
of
will
here.
have a show. You will be good.
Okay, you don't know that stuff, but okay.
I know. I'm telling younger me. I'm telling younger me. Well, that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching the show today. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I just want to thank the ladies on the couch, Monique.
Bye, y'all.
And we got Ellen.
Bye.
And if you out there have related to anything we talked about today, we definitely want to hear your feedback. You know, like, subscribe, share, comment, send us an email. Daz It Daz all the things. And also just come enjoy the conversation. If you want to just hang out, I want you guys to know that we're always welcome. We're a team. As Black women, we are a tribe. So what you go through is what we go through. Mm-hmm. So come on in, and Daz It Daz All. Daz It Daz All is written by me, Casey Carnage, and produced by myself and Rick Barrio Dill. Executive producer is Duff Ferguson. Our senior producer is Sabrina Siewert. Associate producer, Bri Coorey. Audio and video engineering and studio facilities provided by S.L.A.P Studios LA, with distribution through our collective for social progress and cultural expression, S.L.A.P the Network. If you have any ideas for a show you want to hear or see, please email us at info@slapthepower.com. And as always, go to dazitdazall.com and sign up there to make sure you will never miss a thing. See you next show.